What is up, Packer fans? Back again. Here we are, week 5. The Packers 2-2, going on the road to Los Angeles to play Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are coming off a loss against the Bears, kind of a tough loss, and then they did beat the Niners the week before that. So kind of an up and down season for the Rams. We know that Kupp and Nacua is out still on IR. It looks like Kupp is going to miss another game for the Rams. And so for the Rams, their offense is going to kind of sputter. Obviously, at running back, they have Kyren Williams. He's kind of the focal point of that Rams offense, kind of what they focus on and what they do best. Obviously, they have Tutu Atwell at receiver still, Jordan Whittington, and then Tyler Johnson, some names that people might not know. Tutu Atwell is a little bit more of a known name, but all in all, the Rams receivers, they just don't have a lot of firepower. They have Parkinson at the tight end position, and then obviously the offensive line trying to sustain some protection for Matthew Stafford. We all know Stafford can still sling it with the best of them. He is still one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Sean McVay is one of the top coaches, offensive minds in the league. Him and Matt LaFleur go back. LaFleur has pretty much had the Rams' number, had Sean McVay's number. Obviously, there was a few games in the past where kind of went back and forth, but the Packers have had the Rams' number as of late. I feel like this Green Bay team, with Jordan Love coming back another week back from injury, and then hopefully we get like Jair back, we get Carrington Valentine back. Not having Jair Alexander out there last week really showed early on, and just kind of the youth of the secondary that was playing last week against the Vikings. So for the Packers, it's going to come down to, can we protect Jordan Love? Is there going to be time to throw the ball? Packers looked like they got into a flow in the second half last week. Obviously, they scored 22 points in the second half. They had 7 going into halftime. But for the Packers, what a comeback they had last week. And for this week, it's going to be about just kind of getting back on track, having that defense get rolling, get after the quarterback. We didn't have as much pressure on Sam Darnold as we did against Will Levis and the Titans. I know that Quay Walker got home for a sack, and Keyshawn Nixon had a sack, forced fumble, but other than some of the blitzes, the defensive line didn't really get home, just fighting the 4-man front. So for the Packers, it's going to be about getting some heat on the quarterback and protecting Jordan Love. Obviously, Jaden Reed had a huge game, over 130 yards receiving. Wicks had 2 touchdowns. I think Romeo Doubs will get going. It was tough to see Watson kind of get hurt the way he did. Jordan Love kind of sent him out there to dry, and he just got hit and wrapped up with his knee. So hopefully he's okay. Hopefully it's not anything worse than just a sprain or just something a little bit more light than a tear or something like that. So for the Packers offense, though, Tucker Kraft's still playing well. Obviously, he had that fumble last week, and then the running back Josh Jacob, Emmanuel Wilson. We got to get the running game going again. It's kind of stagnant against the Vikings. And so for Green Bay, it's going to be about, kind of getting back to the flow of things because Jordan Love is back. Can we run the football again? Can we start opening up the play action? Obviously, our receivers can make plays. Again, it's going to suck not having Watson out there, but I think with Reed and Doubs and Wicks, we can start doing something. Bo Melton had a nice catch. Malik Heath had a nice catch. So guys are starting to get into the fold. And then this defense, obviously, like I said, not having Jair Alexander, not having Carrington Valentine, 2 of the starting cornerbacks. Eric Stokes played okay, but he did get beat here and there. And then Corey Ballantyne did get beat a lot. So in the first half at least. So the Packers did clear up some stuff. We saw Javon Bullard playing well. Xavier McKinley playing well again. Like I said, he's got 4 interceptions on the season, leading the league. And so for the Packers defense, it's going to be about getting after Stafford, making sure that none of the playmakers on the Rams offense kind of bust the game open. We can't let Kyren Williams beat us. Not anybody else really on that Rams offense am I afraid of for the Packers defense. I think the Packers defense will be able to get after Stafford and this offense. Obviously, the Rams defense, they don't have Aaron Donald anymore. They've been playing well against the run. They've been playing teams tough, minus the fact that they don't have Donald anymore. So, they still have guys like Kobe Turner and Bobby Brown, so there's players in the middle there that play good defense. And then Jared Verse, I think he was a rookie either this year or last year, coming out of Florida State. He's a linebacker, so he's really a guy that can disrupt some plays. And then for the most part, the Rams have a lot of guys who not a lot of people know. They do have Tre'Davious White, who people have heard of as obviously at cornerback, but there's not a lot of big names on this Rams defense either. So I think this Packers offense, hopefully the weather's good down in LA and we can kind of get back into the flow of how we were doing things, and this Packers offense can kind of start clicking. Like I said, 4 touchdowns and 389 yards for Jordan Love. That's a huge day for him. Obviously, you don't want to have the 3 interceptions. We can't have our kicker missing any more kicks. I didn't even mention that in the reaction video. Like, those kicks would have been crucial, obviously. Braden Narveson needs to start making some of his field goals. He missed 2 against the Vikings. And yeah, we lost by 2. So, that 6 points would have been a big difference. Even 3 points, even one of the field goals would have been a big difference. Obviously, the game would have looked different if we had made those. The Vikings would have been doing other things. So it's not to say that we would have won if we would have made one of those field goals. But it would have made the game a lot more interesting and a little bit more different towards the end. So we need to figure out what's going on with Narveson. We need to get him making some kicks. Obviously, we haven't had a game where we lost because of the kick being missed at the end of the game, but that's coming. It's coming. It's going to happen this year where we come down to a drive where we have to make a field goal to win the game, and it's going to be on the foot of Narveson to do so. And so I want to kind of clear up whatever is going on with him and kind of get that situated. But for the most part, the Packers defense, Packers offense, special teams looked stagnant last week, first half, and then everything kind of started getting going in the second half. After Narveson missed those kicks, he didn't miss another one. He didn't miss any of the extra points or anything. And one of the kicks did go off the goalpost, but still, you cannot miss field goals within 50 yards, especially within 40 yards in this league. The points are too hard to come by, and teams are too good for mistakes like that, especially when you shoot yourself in the foot. So for the Packers, they're just going to have to kind of clean up some areas. Obviously, the offensive line, Rasheed Walker, some of the offensive issues stem from penalties. We got to clear some of that up. On defense, it looks like we're flying around and playing well. Just got to keep that going. Don't have any mistakes or miscommunications. And then, like I said, Jordan Love, just hopefully we can get the knee back, mobility-wise, get the running game going. That's going to help out the quarterback so much. Obviously, falling behind 28-0 makes it kind of hard to keep the game plan going, hard to run the football when you're down so much early on. So for the Packers, it's going to be about kind of getting started quickly this week against the Rams. I think the Rams are going to be a little stagnant and maybe struggle to get some things going. And hopefully our defense can get after Matthew Stafford. So I think this is a bounce-back game for the Packers. We really need this W. Go down, get back over 500. Right now we're at 2-2, like I was saying. So we got to keep pace. The Vikings are 4-0. The Bears are 2-2, I think, and the Lions are 3-1. So we have to kind of try to keep pace with these teams. This division is tough, and these teams are better than we thought. We didn't think the Vikings would be good at all. I didn't think the Vikings would be good at all with Darnold. I thought it was going to be kind of a tough season for them. Turns out I was wrong. They're pretty good this year. The Lions, after last year, I thought they'd be good as well. And then the Bears have kind of been up and down, but they did beat the Rams. So for the Packers, it's going to be about going down, handling business, getting this W against the Los Angeles Rams, and I think the Packers can do it. Jordan Love, hopefully he can have a big game and we can get this running game going and the defense can keep doing what they're doing. Hopefully Axe can get his 5th pick and Packers can get the W. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.